Hello, how are you? I'm going to be reviewing The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy today, and it is truly one of the best novels that I've ever read. It moved me to extents that I could have never imagined. So, I am going to be reading the review of a copy because when I write my thoughts down, they appear clearer. And I have not learned it for the purpose of this video because I am so genuinely sick and tired of learning stuff for my university. So, bear with me. Roy's writing is unapologetically direct and blunt. The tragedy hits the heart, not only because the story is tragic, but also because it does not invite you to feel a certain way. It just puts everything in front of you in its pristine form, like complete raw filtered unfiltered. What am I doing? I can't even read off a script correctly. Oh my god. If I was a journalist, what would I have done? Thank God I'm not. Anyways, the book feels quietly devastating because it never said how to feel about the characters. It just stated the events, describing, articulating them with precision. I think the reason why the God of Small Things leaves a deep hole in one's heart is primarily the absence of romanticization of suffering. This point is so true because I think I haven't read many tragedies, but I've seen films, and I think authors tend to romanticize the suffering, the tragedy, which gives it a very poetic angle. But the God of Small Things doesn't do that at all, and that feels so devastating. I cannot describe in words enough. If you read it and you are able to get the gist of it, you will experience that devastation. It is a grief. In DSM-5 TR we have the grief response disorder, and it explains how that is different from cultural mourning. Okay, so it's like it's that kind of grief where you feel like you have a disorder because you literally just read about a fictional world and you feel like you have been hurt personally. That's the power of the book. Okay, next. Roy created a universe and pieced all of the creatures plainly, predictably. She articulated the incidents that took place using vivid imagery and left it in the hands of the readers, in the minds of the readers, should I say, to decide how to feel about what happened. This is the magic of the book. It is without emotion. And the words and characters come alive, become complete with the reader's emotions. Now, when I say without emotion, I don't mean that the book doesn't describe emotions. I mean that the book describes the events from a very robotic approach. Like how a robot states facts. I meant that. The book describes everything factually, like this happened, this happened. That's what I mean when I say without emotions. It's like, there are emotions involved, but you are talking about them mechanically. That's what the book does. But when you read it, you automatically connect it with your own emotions because you are a human being at the end of the day. And that's what completes it. And I feel like that's what actually makes the book and the reading experience wonderful. Okay, one detail that intrigued me the most actually was the order of the chapters. Without giving away any spoilers, the order of chapters makes the book feel like a memory. Sometimes one remembers the past, then jumps to 20 years later and again thinks of the past. The book is a quietly devastating memory. So I read this review to my teacher who is a literature major, and she told me that all of the uh, postmodernist novels were like most of the postmodernist novels were written like this, like um, you know, all the chapters uh, not aligning chronologically. And I think it's very cool because the way the God of Small Things has arranged its chapters is devastating. Like it is arranged with intention, it's not random. And the intention to break one's heart, especially the readers, was very clear. So, yeah. Next part of the review. I recommend this book to those who love descriptions, precise articulation, and tragic fiction. It is undoubtedly a masterpiece that has the ability to really touch hearts. And I omitted talking about the characters because they are quite complex and vast and best left for the reader's judgment and imagination. Yeah, like the characters are completely up to your interpretation. I think everything is written so bluntly that you will understand you better. It is better that you read the book and understand the characters. It will make you feel things that I shouldn't say in a review. I think the reading experience will be better if I don't describe the characters in the review. Yeah. Okay. There's this one paragraph where it's written, add this. The book induces feelings through its literary structure and layered sentence constructions. There is little direct indication of emotions and feelings. It all lies in the spaces between the words. Oh my god, that's so true. And I think I already discussed this before. But yeah, that was a review that I had written down. After a month has passed, I still, of course, remember the book. I think I read like posts about this book, like people talking about their opinions, and many people thought that it was not really a great book and it was propaganda and all of that. Art is political, writing is political. What did you expect? But yeah, uh, like keeping all of that in mind, I want to say that there is effort required on the reader's part to understand a book, you know. Like, if you do not understand a book, then you will not like it. And I think that is what makes art subjective. It depends from person to person. So, the most that I can help you in knowing whether you like the book or not is by telling you that the literary structure is a little bit complicated. It has vast descriptions. Yeah, that is the thing. It's incredibly descriptive. Like, if you do not like descriptions, then this book might not be for you, and that's fine. And it's like it has vivid imagery of the places, of whatever's happening. It describes it so much. But I personally find descriptions really beautiful, and that's why I love this book. So that is the thing. And apart from the descriptions, the literary style, the plot is quite simple, and the plot or the plot twists are really not the main characters of the book, the main character is in fact the literary style, I think. So if you do not like that only, then I think this book is not for you. But I would suggest to like try reading it once and try to go through 2 3 chapters, and if by then you do not feel a little bit of attachment to the book, then leave it. Otherwise, with books, it's not an instant love at first sight. It can never be. Books need time, need effort. You have to give that much time to it, and then you will discover whether you really have something adventurous or something beautiful to experience from the reading. So give that much time and see if you like it. But I personally loved it, and yeah, that's the review. Stay well. Bye bye.